Well, we have had an impeccable start to our season. We are 8 games in. We are undefeated in the league, and we are tied, four-way tie rather, for the top place on the table in the Vanarama National League. Can we keep this good run of form going? Can we continue to score goals? Oh, I'm excited to see how this season ends up turning out. Well, I'll be perfectly honest, folks. If you have asked me 8 games ago, if we could have had 18 points from the start of the season and been tied for the top of the table, I would have snapped your hand off at taking that opportunity, and that is exactly what we have done here. Welcome, everybody, to episode 24 of the Taskmaster F.C. Chesham United save, where we attempt to take Taskmaster F.C. Chesham United and their greatest contestants and see if we can get them to the Premier League and beyond. If you go ahead and take a look at our schedule so far and what we've gone through and done, it has been a fantastic start. When I last had you with me, we ended up defeating Scunthorpe Town away 3-1, and since then it's been relatively good form since then. A massive 6-2 victory over Oldham Athletic, where we were 4 goals up 16 minutes into the game. It was quite impressive. We ended up with 2 draws subsequently, 1-1 draw against Walsall, and then another 1-1 draw against Ebbsfleet Town. We ended up crushing Barnet 4-0, defeating Woking 1-0, and then getting kind of over our bogey team here, Kidderminster Harriers 3-2, and then we tied Sutton United 3-3. It has been an offensive explosion, to say the least, and if we actually look at what we have done so far this season in terms of our offense, I would be remiss to think we were not. Yeah, we are top of the table in terms of goals scored. 22 goals in 8 games. That's just shy of 3 goals per game, which is exceedingly impressive. Our goals against has been good. It hasn't been great, but it has been good. And what I figured out with this team, and I'm hoping that this will allow us to continue our success moving forward, is our tactic really lends itself to attacking, and so being on a cautious mentality where we're trying to prevent goals really did not lend us to success in terms of scoring goals and even in preventing goals being scored against us. I think this is just a type of team where we're going to have to score more goals than our opponents to win the game, and I know that sounds very John Maddenish because that's how you win any game of any sport, well, other than golf, in which case the lower score is the better score, but beside the point. We need to just attack, and we need to put as many goals on the board as we can. We're going to allow goals. I think that's just the nature of the team that we have here. We've improved our defense quite a bit with some of our players. Unfortunately, we've got one that's away on international duty and a couple that are striving for fitness here because we did have a couple of little knocks here in the last couple of games, and I think that's what's led to some of the draws when they really probably should have been wins. But regardless, we need to attack. We need to get these individuals scoring here. And Judy Love, Ursula Carlson already combined for 11 goals in the first 8 games of the season. Frankie Boyle here also doing a fantastic job getting 4 goals as well. I've actually been spending some time playing Frankie Boyle actually on the wing here, even though he is listed as a striker. I think that position here it ends up suiting him quite well, and so it really is like having 3 strikers on the pitch at the same time. Frankie Boyle's not destined to be a winger for the future, but if he can put goals in the back of the net, I am happy. Madeline Same has been doing fantastic as well. Even if we go look at the squad and just look at the goals and assists that have been put forth here, Justine Smith, 3 goals, 2 assists. Madeline Same, 2 goals and 3 assists. All of these players have been contributing here. Jenny Tien, 5 assists in 7 games. Everybody's been contributing to our offensive prowess so far this season, and I want to continue that as we move forward. So today's matches, as I mentioned previously in our last venture together, we will be taking on Accrington Stanley, who knocked us out of the playoffs last season and prevented us from getting promoted, albeit we had 2 more games. But we were clearly going to win those 2 games, provided we get past Accrington Stanley. We all know that. We don't have to talk about that anymore. And then kind of the surprise team of the season, AFC Sudbury. And if we actually take a look at the history of AFC Sudbury and what they've done, they have just been shooting up the league here. Just in the last couple of seasons here, they were in the North Division, the Isthmian, tough word for an American, for a Canadian who lives in America, whatever. Isthmian. Got it. Isthmian League North Division, and then into the Southern League Premier Central, and then to the Vanarama National League North. And I'm sorry, I just am at a loss for me not being able to say that word. I'm a fairly educated man. But here we are. So, and another thing we need to take into consideration is Ray O'Leary is away on international duty with Ghana, which is a phrase I don't think anybody has ever said in the history of humanity, but Ray O'Leary has been doing quite well for us defensively as well. I think adding in a couple defenders to tighten things down a little bit has been very conducive to our success so far this season. And again, going on that offensive mentality, attack, 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 score more goals than your opponent has been successful. The only downfall is going to be when we face an opponent that is good lockdown defensively, we might struggle a little bit. But as you can see here, 18 points from our first 8 games gives us a 4-way tie here for first place. I definitely think this is a start in the right direction, and we're just going to continue with this moving forward. So I'm quite pleased with it. I think I am. The more I think about it, the more Madeline Samé says 60 minutes of sharpness. I can always bring in Frankie Boyle at halftime and get Madeline Samé some fitness in here. I mean, 8.14 rating over the last 5 games. That is absolutely superb. So I definitely think we need Madeline Samé in here. So our starting lineup for the first game here, Mohan Rizwan will be in goal. Defensively, we're looking at Nish Kumar, David Correo, Stacey May Cooper, and Fern Brady. In our midfield, we have Jenny Tien, Rod Gelbert, Madeline Samé, and Justine Smith are going to be our Antipodean wingers here. And then Judy Love and Ursula Carlson up top to pop in some goals for us for today. So yes, we do have some players that are not sharp, but we are going to get to that point in the season where we do have games that are relatively consecutive back-to-back. It's just the nature of having a 46-game season. I look forward to moving up in the leagues where maybe we don't have quite as many games, but I'm a little bit less familiar with League 2, League 1, Championship. Now, honestly, they probably have 24 teams and probably the same number of games as well, but it is what it is. Hey, we can enact some revenge on Accrington Stanley. Where's going to be hard for me today? This team attacks. If we can score goals, we're going to do better. First goal is always important, and we should be able to play well here. So let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Again, we're going through an attacking mentality here. Doing this away scares me a little bit, but again, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. We just need to generate more opportunities than our opponents and get some shots on goal and get things in the back of the net here. It looks like Accrington Stanley are going to have the first attempt here. Mohan Rizwan ends up collecting that very, very handily and is going to distribute the ball deep. Hopefully we can get our head on it. Looks like Judy Tien with the reception there. Gets it back to Rizwan. Rizwan's going to try to move the ball upfield a little bit. Chucks it. Doesn't really seem to find anybody. And Accrington Stanley intercept. And looks like Ursula Carlson ends up getting the ball. We're going to move that to Madeline Samé on the left wing here. This has done a fantastic job so far. Nish Kumar going to move the ball in the middle to Rod Gelbert. Rod Gelbert, Ursula Carlson takes a turn, shoots, and just misses the far post there. That is a goal that Ursula Carlson really needs to be scoring at that point in the game. Just a very open opportunity. Should just be able to just slot that in the back of the net, but unfortunately, she misses the far post, and it ends up being a goal kick to Accrington Stanley. And we've been fortunate enough to have a majority of the chances so far. An offensive chance here for Accrington Stanley, who heads it over the bar, which leads to a goal kick for Taskmaster FC / Chesham United here. And a poor goal kick again. I don't remember if the instruction roll it out is still on here, but we have turned the ball over so many times from that type of mentality. Unfortunately, the cross ends up going nowhere, and Jenny Tien is just going to move the ball down the field. Jenny Tien is just going to do it all herself, but gets it to Gelbert. Gelbert is immediately intercepted by an Accrington defender, and they work the ball back and are looking to move the ball forward here. Down on the left-hand side here, Basco Fisher, great name. Unfortunately, we try to intercept the ball, can't get it. Looks like Accrington Stanley are going to continue with this highlight here. Watson, Riley to Butler, gets the ball back to Henderson, and Accrington Stanley just going to move the ball down into the box here and scores very easily. Looks like it might be slightly offsides, though, which to our benefit looked like it was awfully close. Oh, no, it wasn't nearly as close as I thought it was. In fact, both of them clearly offsides there. A disallowed goal is exactly the right call there, and it is still 0-0. We end up with a highlight here. Fern Brady now is going to throw the ball in and gets it to Justine Smith, who gets it back to Brady, who ends up crossing the ball into the box. Unfortunately, Madeline Samé cannot get the header on goal, and it ends up going to the top of the net for another goal kick. We've had our opportunities here in the first half. We just have not converted on anything, any of the offensive opportunities that we've had so far. And Jenny Tien looks a bit tired, a bit fatigued. We might take her off at halftime. We're just going to have to see how things turn out here. I don't think we're going to end up with another highlight, and it is 0-0 going into halftime. We have had some good results here, but again, defensively, there's a couple of opportunities here that have really gone missing, and then later on in the latter part of this first half here, Accrington Stanley's really come on to try to score a goal here. We got to be better in goal here, and we're going to make some substitutions here. So Tien, I would get Michael Wozniak on, who I think is a little bit tired for fitness, but overall should be okay. Nish Kumar has a yellow card. I'm not too terribly concerned about that. Mark my words. Famous last words here. Same's done okay. I think that knock has really hurt her a little bit. So we'll get Frankie Boyle on. 2 substitutions here. I think this is actually going to make us a better team in the second half. So hopefully we can kind of, jump things up here a little bit. Our XG is a little bit lacking in terms of where I'd like to see it right now. Nish Kumar to Boyle. Kumar gets the ball into the box. Handled easily by the Accrington goalkeeper. And hopefully we can intercept this long pass here. Ends up intercepting, and Fern Brady ends up with the ball. We end up getting the ball down the field. Ursula Carlson ends up moving the ball into the box. And just, again, so many misses. And I don't know if it has to do with our finishing or what, but we've had opportunities this game to score goals. We just have not finished. And it looks like Accrington are going to get an opportunity here. Which is not something I want to see, especially this deep into our offensive zone. Ooh, it just grazed over the top of that. It was actually quite a good shot. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not going to make a substitution here, but I do want to encourage our team. Let's do something positive here. I see some unhappy faces, some nervous faces, particularly those that I brought in at halftime. We really should be able to make a difference today in this game. Looks like we got our XG back up to above where Accrington was. Looks like Justine Smith's a little bit tired. We got 20 minutes left in the game. I'm going to hold off on that substitution for now. Maybe wait about another 10 minutes or so. I don't want to leave us hanging if something does happen. We do end up with an injury. Judy Love looks tired as well. So here we're going to go ahead and make a substitution. Got a couple players that are tired here. Fern Brady having a good game, but just looks exhausted. Okay. So let's do something here. We're going to change up the formation a little bit. Maybe. You know what? Let's just get Frankie Boyle and Will Anderson. I think that'll do. And even if we close out this game with a draw, it is what it is. We're still undefeated. I say that too soon. We've got 6 minutes left in this game. I do not want to give ourselves any reason to not give ourselves a draw, at least a draw in this game. And I think that's exactly what we're going to end up with is a 0-0 draw. Sad to say we were not able to convert on our offensive opportunities here. We did have the higher XG, more shots on target, more shots in general. Unfortunately, just could not get the ball into the back of the net, especially towards the end of the game there. A little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. It's still a point. We probably dropped out of first place. Oh, we were the only team to play today. Okay, we are solely in first place. We can be proud of that fact. Don't worry that other teams haven't competed or done anything yet. Oh, Judy Love. You need to improve, babes. Nish Kumar. I'll probably tell him he's trained really well, and he'll just have that really weird laugh. Well, I can't even imitate it. It's that unique. If you haven't watched it, you need to go see it. That being said, we've got, I think it's 8 days. Nice. We actually get a nice little break in here. So 8 days until the Sudbury match. I will bring you back to watch it and see how things go. Well, just a few changes made up here for our game against AFC Sudbury. We did get Ray O'Leary back from international duty from Ghana, so he will slot right into our right back here. And then Nish Kumar was actually doing so well that he ends up getting called up for international duty for the Republic of Ireland under 21s, which is exciting for him. Disappointing for us because we're losing our left back here, but that is definitely promising considering Nish Kumar, big signing for us in the offseason. So I really feel like we're moving up in the world. I am a little bit nervous about this game. AFC Sudbury have done incredibly well in the league, considering the fact that they've had 2 consecutive promotions. They're kind of living the dream that I wish I were living. But we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens today. This might be one of those games where it sets us back a little bit. We need to regroup and think about what we need to do moving forward. Or could be one of those games that we end up just finding out how strong we really are and push ourselves further into that promotion/playoff picture. So let's go through and do this. Again, didn't make too many changes here. Brought in just a couple of other players, made us stronger. I think moved Wozniak in to the central midfield. We've been on a good run. Let's keep doing it. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. And I have faith in you. So let's hope today that we can continue our good run of form because, again, Sudbury, despite them being promoted a couple of times in a row, are a very, very formidable team here. Looks like Justine Smith and Judy Love gets on the end of that, and it's a great save by the Sudbury keeper. Again, goals really need to be scored, especially with the opportunities that we've been creating over the last couple of games. Just hasn't been able to connect into the back of the net, and we're going to get a corner here for Ray O'Leary. Ray O'Leary gets the ball into the box. It ends up being cleared by the Sudbury defender. We get it right back to Same. Same gets it back to O'Leary. O'Leary to Justine Smith, who's going to move the ball right in the middle and shoots it right to the keeper. And I feel like this keeper might be one that's a little bit difficult to beat today. But we will just have to wait and see how things end up turning out in the long run here. I kind of want to see what their goalkeeper can do. And see, that's how you take a goal kick. I wish our goalkeepers could understand that. That is how you take a goal kick, is get it to actually somebody on your team instead of just lumping it forward and hoping for the best. Sudbury know how to play football. We've got some work to do. I speak too soon, as this is probably going to just... No, see, again, it goes right to the individual you want to. Maybe we just need to work on distributing it to the flanks. Maybe that's what we need to be doing here. Regardless, we intercept the ball, but unfortunately, Sudbury ended up getting the ball back here. A ball worked through into the box, and we're down 1-0 immediately. 18 minutes into the game, first opportunity, first time of asking, they end up scoring. Yeah, I mean that's an issue defensively right there. That's I think it's a Dave Gorman issue. No, it's an Ian Sterling issue, who can't seem to intercept, and we can't mark anybody in the box, and we end up being down 1-0. This could be our very first loss of the season. It'd be very disappointing to continue moving forward with that loss. I don't want to lose. I don't want to start losing now, especially against a team like Sudbury. I know that they've just been promoted. They've done really well, but we need to be able to do better, and we've not performed today by any stretch of the imagination. You know, they're just beating us to just playing better football at the moment. Again, same thing here. We haven't marked anybody, and we're down 2-0, just like that. Sterling's coming off. Yeah, I'd be furious, too, if I were playing a crappy game as you are. And I'm going to let him know that. This is the whole reason why we're down 2-0 is because of Ian Sterling. So, 30 minutes in, down 2-0. Exactly my biggest fear. They get two opportunities, and they score both times. So, I'll cross my fingers and hope for something different in the second half, but this has been an abysmal performance. And I'm going to let Ian Sterling know that. Individuals, where's Ian Sterling at? Oh, I can't talk to him. Well, that's unfortunate, because I'd really like to let him know how crap he is today. What a poor performance so far. Juan Rizwan with the goal kick. Lumps the ball forward, as usual. It goes to absolutely nobody. Ursula Carlson manages to get on it and fires a pitiful, pitiful shot. I mean, that's just depressing to watch. Let's get Frankie Boyle in there. Maybe he can do something with it. Madeline Same's done nothing with the ball either. It's these types of performances that really make you question whether you're making the right decisions here. I've told myself, let's go attacking, let's go attacking. And we have nothing to show for it today other than 2 goals against due to Ian Sterling's poor performance today. He's the reason why we're losing. I mean, obviously, we should be able to get goals, but nothing to show for it yet. Fern Brady now to Gilbert, to Same. Unfortunately, Same is going to be offsides here. Again, just can't find anything worthwhile at all today. I'm going to berate the entire team. I'm going to give him 5 more minutes to do something. And then we're going to make Ray O'Leary's tired. Great. Substitution for Ray O'Leary. I have nobody. Cooper can come on, and Adefope can come on in center back. And in all honesty, we're just going to kind of just fizzle out the rest of this game, I think. If we can get something here, that'd be fantastic. But unfortunately, we decided to throw the ball immediately to somebody on the other team. I don't understand the logic with some of these players here. Gilbert to Same. Let's get something here. There you go. Madeline Same gets a goal back. It's 2-1. We're still in this game. We haven't had a whole lot to show for it other than just a couple of strokes of luck. That right there is a great stroke of luck there. Good ball in. Same a little bit far out than when I would normally like her to strike the ball, but ends up beating Doherty on the far post, and we end up being just down 2-1. And we're going to get an instant highlight here from the kickoff. Hopefully this is us just kind of getting another opportunity here to tie this game. And Gorman now with the interception here. Boyle's going to get the ball to Judy Love. We might have an opportunity to score here. No, but Justine Smith is going to punt the ball very easily into the hands of Doherty. Again, take advantage of these opportunities. Boyle over the top of the net from a free kick. Cannot connect. We've had opportunities to score. And again, we just have not connected. And we're going to watch Sudbury here. I was going to say Sudbury just get a cheap opportunity that ends up getting the ball back in the net. Immediately turns the ball over. We got to work on that goalkeeping distribution because that is just absolutely destroying our possession. If we get hold of the ball, we should be able to retain it, and we have not been able to do so at all today and in previous games. So I'll be looking into that, making some changes here. Another poor defensive, Daisy May Cooper. It's Cooper and Sterling. And I'd take Cooper off if I could. There's, again, no heading ability whatsoever from Daisy May Cooper. And we lose our first game of the season today. You know, it's just going to require us to regroup. It's going to require us to regroup, take a look at what we do have, and think about some changes we might want to make. Because we've got a couple of defenders here that have absolutely no business playing for this team. Cooper with the ball now. Immediately turns the ball over. Again, Cooper's done. I'm sorry. The sooner I can get Cooper off the team, the better. Because she has done absolutely nothing today. Sterling might get the boot as well. Gelbert in, off the post. I mean, it's so repetitive. So repetitive, and you've seen it time and time again. We get opportunities. We cannot finish. We cannot execute. And I'm going to let him have it. Can I talk to Daisy May Cooper? Yeah. Good. Be disheartened. You're not playing this team, I don't think, ever again. And the sooner I can transfer list Daisy May Cooper, the better. We're now 5 points back. We were tied for first. We're 5 points back now from the lead. Hopefully it's something that we can make up in time. Grimsby Town is next. Great. So Sudbury, Grimsby Town. That's what I should have brought you back for. Yeah, there's some players that are going to be gone. I'm tired of it. Can we make some changes in here in possession? Or short kicks. Fullbacks are where our strength is. I think we distribute it that way. I think that's going to help us retain better possession. We'll try that for a couple games, see how it goes. That being said, you'll probably see some changes to the squad here in just a couple of days, but thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time. If you liked it, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more Taskmaster FC content where we're trying to take Taskmaster's finest to the Premier League. We'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.